What does it mean to live in accordance with nature? You've probably heard this phrase before, but do you truly understand what it means and how it can transform your life? In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise, the distractions, and the endless pursuit of success. But the Stoics, those ancient philosophers from Greece and Rome, believed that the key to living a fulfilled life lies in aligning ourselves with nature, the natural world, our own human nature, and the greater flow of life. In this video, we're diving into what it means to live in accordance with nature from a modern Stoic perspective, and more importantly, how doing so can bring you peace, clarity, and purpose in an often chaotic world. Ready to uncover the ancient wisdom of Stoicism for today's world? Let's get started. Let's begin with the core idea of living in accordance with nature. It's one of the central principles of Stoicism, but it's not just about enjoying nature or taking long walks in the woods, though that can definitely help clear your mind. For the Stoics, living in accordance with nature means aligning our lives with the natural order of the world, accepting the rhythms of the universe, and living in harmony with both the external world and our internal selves. In other words, it's about living in a way that respects the natural course of things, embracing what is within our control and letting go of what isn't. This concept has three main elements. 1. Living in harmony with nature, understanding that nature has its own flow, and we must go with it, not against it. 2. Living in accordance with human nature, recognizing our nature as rational beings, capable of virtue and wisdom. 3. Understanding the nature of the universe, accepting that life is unpredictable, and while we can't control the world, we can control our response to it. So, let's break down what it looks like to live according to each of these elements. First, let's talk about living in harmony with nature. This means recognizing that everything in the world is interconnected. The Stoics believe that the universe follows a natural order, or what they called the logos, a divine reason or rational structure that governs all things. Just like the seasons change, the sun rises and sets, and animals live according to their instincts, we too must live in accordance with the flow of life. Now, this doesn't mean we should abandon our ambitions or desires, but it does mean we must understand that there are forces outside of our control: the weather, other people's actions, unforeseen events. And instead of fighting them, we must learn to accept them. For example, imagine you're working on a big project, and suddenly, something completely unexpected happens, maybe a technical failure or a personal setback. When we resist this natural flow of life and get frustrated, we only add to our own suffering. But when we accept what happens, adapt, and focus on what we can control, like our response, we start living more in harmony with the universe. Living in harmony with nature, for the Stoics, is about letting go of the need to control everything. You accept that life has its ups and downs, and instead of fighting it, you flow with it. Now, let's move on to living in accordance with human nature. This is about embracing what it means to be human. Our rational mind, our capacity for virtue, and our ability to choose how we respond to life. The Stoics believe that human nature is defined by our ability to reason and to live virtuously. Unlike animals, who act mostly on instinct, we have the power to reflect, to make conscious choices, and to cultivate wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. So, what does this look like in practice? It's about striving to act in a way that reflects our best nature. Instead of giving in to impulses or emotions like anger, envy, or fear, we choose the path of virtue. Think about it. When you face a difficult situation, maybe you're dealing with a challenging person or a stressful deadline, You can choose to react with anger or frustration. But Stoicism teaches us that our true nature is to respond with wisdom, patience, and understanding. Living according to human nature means tapping into that higher part of yourself, the part that wants to grow, to learn, and to make the world a better place. When we make choices that align with our best selves, we're not just being good humans, we're fulfilling our purpose in the grand design of the universe. Finally, we come to the third part of living in accordance with nature, understanding the nature of the universe. This is where Stoicism gets a little more philosophical. But stick with me, because this is where the magic happens. The Stoics believe that the universe is vast and unpredictable. It's not up to us to control the flow of life. What we can control is how we respond to it. The Stoics call this amor fati, the love of fate. Instead of resisting life's twists and turns, we learn to embrace them, knowing that everything that happens is part of a larger divine plan. Life isn't always fair, and things don't always go the way we want. People get sick, we lose loved ones, and sometimes our dreams don't come true. But the Stoics teach us that these events are not things to resent. They're part of the larger design of the universe, and we can't change them. What we can change is how we respond. When we truly understand this, we become more resilient. Instead of getting stuck in frustration or disappointment when life doesn't go as planned, we accept it as part of our journey. We learn to see challenges as opportunities to grow and strengthen our character. So, how can we apply this in the modern world? Here are 3 practical ways to start living in accordance with nature today. 1. Embrace acceptance. Life is full of uncertainties. The weather changes, people let us down, and we can't control the future. Practice acceptance by focusing on what's in your control and letting go of what isn't. Start by identifying one thing today that you're resisting, and ask yourself, can I accept this as part of the natural flow of life? 2. Live with virtue. Strive to embody the Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Whenever you face a difficult situation, ask yourself, what is the virtuous response here? When you choose virtue, you align with your true human nature. 3. Cultivate gratitude and amor fati. Instead of focusing on what's wrong in your life, practice gratitude for what you have. And when things don't go as planned, say to yourself, this is part of my journey. I will embrace it and grow from it. By living in accordance with nature, you'll find more peace, more purpose, and more clarity in your life. So, are you living in accordance with nature? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which part of this Stoic philosophy resonates with you the most? How can you start applying it in your own life? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And if you know someone who could benefit from learning how to live in harmony with nature, share this video with them. Thanks for watching, and remember, life is about aligning with the flow, not fighting against it. Live according to nature, and you'll find peace within yourself.